Hello everyone. So most of you are at the brink of writing your TCS exam. I thought about making a very small video which can discuss the various sections and the expected cutoffs. Okay, before we start discussing the sections and the cutoffs, I'll like you to remember two things. One thing is don't ever approach an exam half-heartedly. What do I mean is, let's say you're writing an exam for a company which is not your dream company and you aspire some other company, but don't write the exam for this company as well half-heartedly. The reason is because if you are attempting half-heartedly, it might be possible that you're not able to clear the exam, which is going to be demotivating for the company you aspire. Second thing I would like to tell you is don't approach an exam with a burden on your mind, thinking, okay, I have not revised maybe numbers, maybe some sitting arrangement questions or something. Please please don't think like this, because most of the questions which you get on the exam can be thought about there and then. They are simple. You can think there and solve them. So be motivated for your exam. Now, let's have a look at the various sections which we get generally on TCS. Uh, the sections would remain same. It is going to be like you get verbal ability. How many questions you get? You get 24 questions, which you have to do it in 30 minutes. Okay, then you have this reasoning ability section, which have 30 questions which you have to do it in 50 minutes. Numerical ability, that is going to be your maths topics. It's going to be 26 questions which you have to do it in 40 minutes. Then there is programming logic section, which is going to be testing you with your core subjects knowledge. That is going to be 10 questions which you have to do it in 15 minutes. Coding will be like two programs given which you have to write a code, and it is going to be like 45 minutes is the time allotted. So overall, if you just count it, it's going to be 92 questions which you have to do it in 180 minutes. Okay, let's go section wise now, step by step. We want to discuss numerical ability. So as we spoke before, you get 26 questions and the expected cutoff is 18 to 20. Now, numerical ability is the section which is like all the aptitude maths topic are going to be tested, as in what we normally call math. That is, we will have elementary statistics, percentage. You can look for this. Elementary statistics, you get 4 to 6 questions, which is a sizable number. And thereby, I have made a separate video on elementary statistics, because most often we are preparing other topics and statistics is not the topic which is coming in all the exams. So we tend to not take it seriously, but you can see it is very important for TCS Ninja. It is like you can expect 4 to 6 questions on elementary statistics, which is more than any other topics you can see. Now then, going with order of importance, you have time and work where you can expect 2 to 3 questions. Then you can say TSD, time, speed and distance, a very important topic. Once again, you get 2 to 3 questions on it. Okay, areas, you can say percentage, you can get 1 to 3 areas, and mensuration, it's going to be like it can be 1 to 3 questions on it. And same goes with the ratios. And then you have data interpretation. Again, you can get more likely it's not going to be one, but if it is going to be there, it has to be 2 questions. Simple interest and compound interest, again 1 to 2 questions on it. And then your topics like numbers, linear equations, simplification is something which you can see there are lots of questions asked on TCS, and it is a very simple thing. You just need to remember what is BOD mass, and you need to just look into a few questions, revise a few questions on it, as in more number of questions you get it on TCS. And then you can talk about the other topics: allegation and mixture 0 to 1, PNC 0 to 1, partnerships 0 to 1. So looking back at them, I would say elementary statistics is very important, and then simplification is also very important. Okay, that's for the numerical ability. Okay, so discussing the next section, it is reasoning ability, and you get 30 questions which you are expected to do in 50 minutes. Expected cutoff, you can see, is 20 to 25. Okay, so it's on the higher side, you can say. Now, if I just want to discuss what are the kind of topics, so you can expect all the reasoning topics can be there. But if I want to pick the important ones, I'll say, okay, cubes, cuts and fold are important. Question based on cubes, and questions which talk about, let's say, a paper sheet was folded and maybe it was then uh, cut horizontally or vertically. And same thing will go about talking about cutting the cubes into smaller cubes or cuboids. Okay, so these kinds of questions are important. That is 3 to 4 questions you can expect. So this is a big number. Another very important thing over here with the reasoning ability, you can say, is the data arrangement. Okay, questions which generally are in the form of a puzzle, and you normally require a tick cross method. You generally solve it with a tick cross method by drawing the table. So you can expect 4 to 6 questions. So that is a sizable number. Another very important topic which I have found students don't like that much, it is data sufficiency. Very simple topic, and you can see 3 to 4 questions on it. So I would advise, please do look into this topic. This is very simple and it's all marks to be taken. Okay. Now other you can talk about, I'm particularly worried about, you can see the last four topics over there in the list, which says statement and assumption 3 to 4 questions, statement and conclusion about 2 questions, statement and course of action 1, statement and arguments 0 to 1 question. Now I would recommend that all of you please have a look into the internet, find questions on them, because you want to go into the exam with a little familiarity to these questions. That is important. Okay, so this is the one area you must look into. Okay, then there are like favorite topics: syllogs 2 questions, Venn diagrams 2 to 3, visual reasoning 2 questions, blood relation, which like most of you are well familiar with, 2 to 3, attention to details. Okay, this is like again something which you need to check on the internet. Questions you need to check for these kind of questions as well. Okay, so next section we want to discuss is verbal ability. You're going to get 24 questions on it, and the expected time is 30 minutes. You need to solve it in 30 minutes. Expected cutoffs is again on the higher side, I would say 16 to 20. Now, what is most important to do well in the verbal ability section is the reading comprehension. You expect 6 to 8 questions from reading comprehension. You can expect 2 to 3 reading passages over there. Now, this is a pivotal for the verbal ability section. You just cannot go into you cannot score big in the verbal ability section if you're not doing well on the reading comprehension. You just cannot go and start marking flukes over there. It is not going to work. Then you can see its other section is sentence completion, very important. It is 6 to 8 question, wherein like your vocabulary is important, and you will get multiple blanks. So kind of easy, and a little bit, if you're good with your vocab, it should be easy. Then you have this grammar thing, which is comes in various forms. You can say sentence correction, error identification. These two are related to your grammar. Then you have para jumbles, which can be like 3 questions on para jumbles. Okay, so this is also important, I would say. Then there is this topic called grammar, wherein like formal and informal sentences are written. So this is one thing again I want you guys to check on the internet before going into the exam. You need to check questions on this topic as well. Okay. Okay, so the next section we want to discuss is the programming logic section. You get 20 questions here total, and the expected cutoff is 7 to 8. Now, you can get questions on various topics which you have learned in these years with regards to your computer science. You can get the most rated one, data structures and algorithm, DSA. You can expect 2 to 3 questions on it. Java, again 2 to 3 questions. C, 2 to 3. C++, it can be 1 or 2 questions. SDLC, software development lifecycle, which generally are easy, is like 1 to 2 questions you can expect. Others here would mean either SQL or DBMS. Okay. Okay, so the next section we want to discuss is the last one. It's hands-on coding. It's a coding section. Now, what you get on the coding section, you get 2 programs for which you need to write the code, and at least for one of them, the test cases should run. Okay, so for this, you require a good knowledge of the data types. You require a good knowledge of the looping statement. Arrays are important, strings, operators, and how to use and call and create a function is again important. With this, we end our presentation. I just want to say best of luck, do well in the exam.